day has finally come. We're gonna make what some would call a green smoothie. However, that's a little misleading. When I think smoothie, I think sweet and creamy, which this is not. It is a combination of greens, fruits, and vegetables that has almost zero sugar. A true elixir of life that provides the body everything it craves to detox, regulate, and energize. If you're trying to lose weight, it will provide the nutrients you need to feel full without the calories that make you fat. This miracle combination is called energy soup, and the recipe comes from the Living Foods Institute in Atlanta, Georgia, where they teach people with very serious illnesses like AIDS and cancer how to eat a raw vegan diet that will slow the progression of their disease and improve their quality of life. The energy soup comes in as a supplement to the raw diet. It's hard to get enough calories down chewing raw vegetables, so they blend them up and drink them. It's like a super fast super food that will feed your body what it needs without promoting anything bad. In my case, I use it to supplement my diet of Mexican food and hamburgers, like a salad in a jar. It is a true superfood. You feel better when you drink this stuff. And whenever you decide to let food be thy medicine, you gotta get started at the grocery store. If you told someone 100 years ago that you could buy fresh produce any time of year, anywhere in the country, they wouldn't believe you. The grocery store is really a modern marvel. We need 7 ingredients: kale, spring mix, lemon, apple, avocado, celery, and sprouts. The kale, I usually get 2 bunches. So, unless it's that time of year where they got crazy big bunches, it's about that much. Now we need 2 1-pound containers of spring mix. Some stores don't have the 16-ounce containers. If all they have are the 8s, you need 4. So always check the date on the spring mix to make sure you're getting the freshest one they have out. Now we need 4 lemons, 4 avocados, and 4 Granny Smith apples. The avocados shouldn't be the giant ones nor the small ones. Firm to the touch, but a little bit squishy. So we got mung bean sprouts. Some stores don't have sprouts at all. Some have them in plastic containers like alfalfa, broccoli, even lentils. They're almost always in the produce section, and here they have mung bean sprouts, which are ideal. They're very high in protein, and they are with like wonton wrappers and egg roll supplies in the produce department. Finally, celery. There are 7 ingredients total, so if you count your basket for energy soup ingredients and have 7, then you know you got them all. All right, y'all, let's do this thing. Basically, the goal is to cut up all of the fruits and vegetables we just bought at the store and get them blended. There is a method to the madness. I personally like to cut mine up first. There's some little tricks I've picked up over the years, and the way everything goes in a blender is smoother than just trying to randomly jam it all in there. We're gonna have roughly 2 gallons of energy soup at the end. So you need to make sure you have a container. I personally like to use wide mouth quart jars. They store as individual servings. When you put it in a little warm, it cools and seals the jar. First things first, we gotta rinse these vegetables off. So the celery and the kale are pretty simple. Just cut the back off, cut the kind of dry tips off because they'll suck in water, and then it gets dirt in between all the stems, so rinse that out. Stack it in the bowl. Kale, basically do the same thing, but just cut the bottom off. Bottom's off. Now the apples, we're gonna have 4 blenderfuls. So you wanna have equal pieces for each apple. I like to cut 3 pieces out of an apple, cut it in half, cut 3 pieces out of it, and then you know that when you're blending, you need 6 slices of apple in each blender. The lemons, there's a little trick to cutting lemons. If you cut each end off and then hold it upright and just kind of skim the peel around the outside, you can get them relatively clean. And a little bit of the skin is not going to hurt you. It's just really sour. So the insides, if you think the inside's sour, try the outsider one. Avocado, basically, you split it in half. Dunk your knife into it to get the seed out. And then use a spoon to scoop the meat. Try to keep it in one piece so you know that each blender requires 2 halves of avocado. All right, now I'm going to finish chopping the rest of these vegetables up and we'll move on to the blender. The trick to blending this is getting all your proportions right. We're going to start with 3 cups of water. Pour that in, get equal portions, a fourth of all the kale that you bought. Tear that up and put it in the blender. And then I ended up getting an 8-ounce container of spring mix because they were out of 16s. So we're going to put the entire container of spring mix in here. Whoop. It's a lot of greens. Sometimes it gets stuck and you got to work it down. Okay, so we got our kale and our spring mix in here. Blend that up so you got room for the other ingredients. 1 lemon, 6 pieces of apple, 2 avocado halves, a fourth of the celery, which usually works out to about 3 or 4 sticks. Break that in half. And roughly a fourth of the sprouts. It's amazing how easy it is to forget these ingredients. There's 7, so you can almost keep a count going in your head. The water doesn't count. It's 8 with water. And then hit. It's looking good. And keep going. About 2 minutes blending. You'll start to feel it warm up actually. But it gets it really chopped up. These are pretty coarse vegetables and greens, and you want them to be smooth. This is another place where the Vitamix makes a huge difference. It's actually hard to chop up this many greens in almost any other blender. All I know is that the Vitamix works. I have made it in a Ninja, but not really impressed. Looking good. The elixir of life. One blender makes about 2 quarts. Give or take. And that's the first one. So we got 3 more blenders to go. And then we'll be good for 8 large servings, or probably more like 12, reasonable servings. All right, well, we got 9 quarts total. It's a little bit variable because the quantities of vegetables kind of change. There's roughly 505 calories in a quart of this. There's 6 calories in a stick of celery. 4 sticks, that's about 24. We've got 50 calories in 8 ounces of spring mix. There are 100 calories in a 7-ounce Granny Smith apple. Roughly 250 calories in a medium avocado. There are 17 calories in a medium-sized lemon, about 58 grams. There's 33 calories in 67 grams of kale. And 1 cup of mung bean sprouts has roughly 31 calories. So the nutrition in this blend of greens is incredible. It's pretty obvious. I'm not a professional, so I can't tell you the exact benefits. But if you drink one of the smoothies we made last time, I'll put a link up in the corner. For breakfast, it's 900 calories. And drink a quart of this at lunch, that's another 500. You've got the first part of your day covered. It's quick, it's simple, it's healthy. And then, have a big meal for dinner. Splurge. Go have some steak. Or I guess I shouldn't say steak. Might have some vegans watching. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this. That's the process. 7 ingredients: kale, spring mix, lemon, apple, avocado, celery, and sprouts. If y'all want to learn how to make sprouts, then let me know in the comments and we'll make another video on that. I hope y'all have a great night. Thank you for watching. Any questions, feel free to ask. I love you guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you soon. Peace.
Say you forgot me in the refrigerator.